All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening that the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Guess what? It's raining. I love it when it rains. You know what I like? I like the fall weather. Let me kind of turn down this here. I should have did this ahead of time. And what I did is I was going to be live at 7 p.m. Central Time, but I wanted to go back over some things and kind of do a little bit in-depth study. And I'm glad that I did because I learned something uh, very something's great that I learned, and I just thank the Father for it because it also helped me to understand that the trust in what He say, put not your trust in. I'm gonna tell you something. That's the real deal, y'all. Don't put your trust in Sister Deborah. Don't put your trust in nobody. You hear me? Yes, Yah has His servant, His elects, those that He has called to the body of Hamashiach to help you see the pen needle of light. Okay, Hamashiach, which is the head, will lead you and guide you, and the Ruach will teach you and teach you. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about that Ruach. A lot of y'all do not know. A lot of you all thinking that the Ruach is going to come teach you what you want him to teach you and how you want him to teach you and the way you want him to teach you, because we have been messed up from the floor for so long. We think he's supposed to come. He is to come to us like the flesh will come to us to teach us, pastors and bishops and priests, and he is to lay the ground. But no, 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 no. The way he come, the way he teach you, let me tell you, once you grip the Ruach HaKodesh, and when I mean grip, you have that feeling that, hey, this is my teacher. This is my teacher. You know, and you really have that, how would I say? It's a feeling that's down deep that, hey, he teach me. You give that Holy Spirit all the glory. You give him all the praise in what he's doing. You know what he'll do? He'll do what he said. Teach you all things. Even the things in the world will he teach you. See, once he knows that, okay, this person really believe in me being a teacher. That's why I say I'm talking wilderness. I don't know where y'all talk from. Because I'm going to tell you something. The things he be teaching me is off the chain. And a lot of times, I'll be asking a lot of questions, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you you're not supposed to question. Let me tell you, when I'm in class, when I'm in that wilderness and I'm in class and he mooring me, I mean, he really like, look, Deborah, this. I'm like, oh. And you know what the thing about it? When I'm in class and the Ruach is teaching me, which is my teacher, do you all know that when I'm in there, I go in instant learning. I come out learned. See, I don't go to classes where I'm not learning. You know how you might go to school or go to college and you might not have learned anything. You heard a lot of the professor doing a speech and a seminar, just everything, but yet you didn't learn. But with me, I will be a liar from the lake of hell to tell you all that I do not learn something every time the Father's Spirit is teaching me. He don't care if you sleep. He don't care if you sick. He don't care where you at in the shower. He don't care if you in the hospital. The teacher that he is one that comes on his time, and the way his time is set up is not like the time that you are set up on. Furthermore, I need to tell y'all, I told y'all in the last 2 years, there's no such thing as time anymore. Okay, we in that hour. Okay, we in that midnight hour. Okay, just like Yeshua doing his time, when he knew it was time that he must be crucified. What did he kept telling them? The time is near. It is the hour is near. You see, he gave them signs of warnings, and that's how it is today. Yah gives me signs of warning of where we're at today. You know, and that's why I proudly will say to y'all, we in the midnight hour. I can't say nothing else, but we in that midnight hour. What is that hour? In me, the midnight hour. Midnight represent pitch dark. That means evil times, hardcore evil times. What do it look like me coming telling you, oh, it's daytime, or it's light time? It's time to prosper. It's time for you to become something. He's going to make you become fulfill your dreams, your expectation. That's the sort of stuff that people are preaching but they preaching it to the dead. So that's about right. The dead need to hear stuff like that because they dead already. So I want to cover this topic about Genesis chapter 6 regarding pretty much why the Most High end the days of Noah. And he also had given it to the Son of Man, which is Yahshua HaMashiach, which is the Son of Yah, to bring it forth again in his day and time. So when Yeshua come pulling up with it, it wasn't his day and time he was speaking about. He was speaking about our day and time. So you see how the Father came from Genesis and he pulled further thousands of years later. That thousands of years later told us about what took place in the beginning. Okay, Genesis. It didn't tell us Genesis. He said the days of Noah. See, it don't put that time period on things like we do. Just like the end days. We should know that we are in the end days, okay? Because a lot of things that has been prophesied and said backs up into our day, and what happened? We're seeing them things. We just don't feel it. You know, I think when we start feeling that thing, then it's going to change a lot of minds of people. But guess what? It'll be too late. It won't work for you. I'm here to tell you tonight, it won't work for you. It's no way it would work for you. Because during the time he was suffering it to be out unto you, you didn't receive it. Okay? And if you didn't receive it then, and that which you did receive was that which pleased your flesh in the way that you now believe it's the way the flesh said and not the spirit of the prophecies. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, he ain't sending another. No, he ain't. So that's why Yeshua came up again and started telling us about the days of Noah and the days of Lot. Or not we like Solomon and Gomorrah today? This is what Yeshua was talking about. Even though he was a different thousands of years after. But I'm just showing you how the Father always got his T's crossed and his I's dotted. And we're going to go into this here book of Genesis chapter 6 that talks about what took place in the spiritual mindset of Yah, because he left us a lot of good tokens. So we cannot deny it. But guess what happened? He was showing me when he was telling me about the giants, he was showing me how they even was lying about the giants back in the days when there were giants. I was like, Father, they just had it wrong all the time. He said, yes, they did. Even to today, they got it wrong, Deborah. So Sister Deborah going to give you what he gave me and how I end up back in my 7 p.m. Central Time to 8 p.m. Central Time, so I can get a little bit more of what I need to have to put it out to you all. Now, with me, this is me, y'all. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm the type of person I salute the will of the Father, the way of the Father. I salute everything about the Father. I just salute it. I just believe it. Why? Because if it's in this here instructions and direction book, which is called the King James Bible, if it's things in there that we are to study, and if the Holy Spirit comes and teach us from what we are studying to give us the fulfillment of what we are studying, why do I need to buckle up under somebody else. Like I told y'all the other day, if a person come up and I end up touching base with an individual, let's say a man, and I can see he talking spirit and truth. Like, I think his name is Stephen Darby. Everything he's saying, let me tell you, 80%, Sister Deborah, is with him. And just because he's not speaking the 20% that I don't agree with, don't mean that he is not a man of spirit and truth. He is a man of spirit and truth. And if I would have been listening to him then, I probably would be in the state that he's in right now. I will follow him all the way. You see, I wouldn't have no problem. Because see, what happens is, only thing that I think that would happen is men and women ain't got no business leading no church. I'm going to be honest with you. They shouldn't be no pastors, nor no assistant pastors. No, even as a young girl, I didn't care for that. But I believe that men that are pastors out of your own heart has a way, the real ones now, a way of understanding. He called your order down the line, the fourth, as the fourth. You got to recognize the apostles, the prophets. You see what I'm saying? The evangelists. No, I think he came down the fifth. The pastor came listed as the fifth. You cannot bypass all these administrative positions. Put yourself as the head and you rule. That's not how the Most High Yah want the body of Christ. He said everybody in the body of Christ is a part of the body of Christ. When one hurt, we all hurt. That's what's wrong with the people today, and the leaders, the rulers, the pastors, the bishops, the apostles. They think it's me. I'm the only one standing with y'all. And it's the way I said, we're going to do it this way, this way, this way, this way. And he is the one to get paid. But what happened is they forsake the order of the Father. I believe in the body of Christ, there is an order, administrative position that's ordered. Okay. What is happening today is they have no order. And when there is no order, there is no ruach in the midst of it. That's all. That's just it. This is why there's no order, because there's no Holy Spirit in the midst of them. They don't even know how to even think that he don't need you to be the head to where you rule in the multitude. Why? You're in the body. You're not the head. See, that's what's wrong with the men today. They ruling y'all, and they not the head. You see, Hamashiach, which the world called Christ, is the head of the what? The church. And what is the church? The saints. What is the saint? The righteous one. Who are they? Those that are born of the Spirit. When did he call a man to rule you? He didn't, y'all. He didn't call me to rule you either. He already got a head over the body, which is Hamashiach. He don't need you to rule the body that he created in the spirit realm. But see, those that have the administrative positions, they decided to take over. The pastor was called, I think, the fifth order. They took on the church, and they are the first order of the church. That's out of order. So when you read in the Bible where it says the whole earth is out of order, or the whole earth is, what it said, is crooked, I think something like that. But it's telling us that there's a problem. There is a problem where we're living in today. We might think that problem is the heathens and Gentiles, because that's all we see. That's all we talk about. Why? Because we don't got the sense to even think about the spirit of the Most High Yah that lives in us, that has set a head over us. We are the body. Who is the head? Christ. See, back in the old, he let men rule, but he was always upon them. He was up on them, y'all. He was like an iron claw. But today, it's a new sheriff that buckle up and buckle down all things. And that was when Yeshua HaMashiach came. And the problem I have with everybody, is just y'all want to see come on scene, Yeshua, the Son of Man born of a woman. But you don't want to see the Son of Yah pulling up. And see, that's what they didn't know. They didn't know the Son of Man didn't come by himself. He came with the Son of Yah, which is all power, the Word and the Spirit to help the Son of Man out. But they don't look at the Son of Yah. They accept the Son of Man, but they ain't putting too much emphasis on that power. That's why they can't wake the dead. That's why they can't heal the blind. They can't open the eyes of the blind. They can't. Do y'all know? Had they got in the proper order over the head, right now they can walk into hospital. When he said, I was in the hospital, you didn't visit me. What you doing up in the hospital, period? Because I'm coming in with the Ruach. I can make the sick get well. What happened? You ain't made the sick get well because you ain't trusting the Ruach HaKodesh. We've been under so many mouths of loudmouth men and women to where we ain't heard the Spirit tell us, what happened to the power I gave you? Didn't I say after I come upon you, you're going to receive power? What happened to your power? You got all this word, but you ain't got no power to back it up. What's going on? See, people don't, it's so many things we are so far behind to where I'm kind of glad he said it's over. Because it takes the pressure off of you feeling that, well, why are they like this? And why are they like this? Why are they doing this? It's like, it's over, baby. It's been going on for, I ain't gonna little millions of years. And they still ain't got it. You see? He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. But when that Ruach HaKodesh, which was the Father's Spirit poured up in the Son of Man with the power and the word, some things changed. Things that they couldn't grip in the Old Testament, the things that they never got right in the Old Testament, the things that they never obeyed, all the things that they didn't do in the Old, the Messiah came later on to correct it, to straighten it up. And that's why they want you to go right back to the Old, to Torah and all those lost books, because that's the only way they can get you to be lost. From now on, you're going to grave lost. You're going your grave. That's what he mean in Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. They perished, Deborah, due to lack of knowledge. They came in and out without the knowledge that they should have had. They died. They perished. They are destroyed, Deborah. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. I said lack of knowledge, and they perished from that. He said, yeah, Deborah, they come in and they go out and they don't have no knowledge of nothing. And that's what's going on today. So I really salute him when he says it's finished. He said it is finished. That means that right hand is working revelation up and out. I praise the Most High Yah. Now, we're going to go over Genesis chapter 6. If you got a pen and a piece of paper and your Bible, I want you to come go with me. Just stay with me for a minute. In Genesis chapter 6, it talks about the days that Noah found grace with Yah. It's when Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives, they were the only ones saved out of the flood. I want y'all to understand, I'm going to down as much as possible so you can kind of feel what Yah was feeling. Not what Sister Deborah was feeling, but what Yah was feeling. So we're going to start in Genesis chapter 1. And the Father want me to tell you, if you could just stay in Genesis chapter 1, you'll find your way. You know how I told y'all, he told me the reason why everybody's still lost is because they never saluted Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2 as the word of Yah in its purest form. Okay? They never respected. And it is so true. Those are the scriptures, those are the chapters in Genesis, the beginning is where Yah always take me to discipline me, because it always straighten me up. When I get bent, come on back here. You finna go back to Genesis. I said, oh, I'm in trouble. Why? Because Genesis will straighten you up. It'll straighten you out. You see, that's how the Ruach works. Or he'll take you somewhere. Oh, yeah, he'll take you up to, take you to the mountain and make your tail sit down. I'm telling you, he has his way. He has his way of wanting you to know spirit and truth. So in Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1, this is what he did to me. He says, read that, Deborah. And it came to pass when men, men, began to multiply. You see that multiply? On the face of the earth. And daughters were born unto them. He said, stop. Lock that in. And I had to lock that in. Do y'all know what lock that in means? That means see it in the natural, read it in the natural, try to grip that thing in the spirit. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to take this thing, see it in the natural, hear it as you read it in the natural, but you grip that thing in the spirit. If you can't get into these books and grip it, what it's saying in the spirit, you are born of the flesh. You have no business picking up this book, even reading it. See, and that's another thing people don't understand. You got 100% time 100 trillion people picking up this book, reading it, and they have none whatsoever. None understanding. None whatsoever. They're just reading it. No understanding, none whatsoever. Because see, a lot of people didn't know understanding. The reason why he said all you're getting, get understanding. He didn't say get wisdom, get knowledge. He said in all you're getting. So when you run around here and get wisdom, you run around here and get knowledge, you better get understanding. Because that's gonna outbeat wisdom and knowledge. Understanding. Why? Because it is the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the true teacher. Understanding. That's Yah. You see? So that's why he said, get that. Get that. How about that? Get that. See, nobody want to do that. So let's go here in Genesis where he told me to freeze it in the first verse. Chapter 6 and first verse. He said, right there tells the story, Deborah. And I said, I'm just going to tell y'all where I was at. I said, I see the men in there. I see that multitude multiplied. And I see them daughters. I said, wait a minute now. Where's the women? Hey, where's the mothers and the women at? He said, you don't see them, do you? Because they ain't got no business in there. This ain't got nothing to do with them. I had to back it up. That first verse tell you they've been lying all these thousands of years since this book exists. And it ain't been existing long, but I'm just still saying. That has always been a lie. The whole idea of him ending the world up because over the flood. He's showing y'all right now, this is why. You got to go to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. He starts off telling you, men was multiplying, y'all. So if these men are multiplying, they was having all these daughters. Was born not to the mother, not to the women, but to them. Who is them? Men. Back then, men had full control over their daughters. And that's how a lot of daughters today, let me back it up. Let me take daughters off of that. That's how a lot of men today have so many heavy cries about what mama let daddy do. So if they run and tell you it cost a household, mama put daddy out the household. No, baby, it was a lot of things going on y'all didn't even know about. And y'all still don't know because everybody want to make the picture look pretty in the way that they say it is. But right here, the Father kept me right there in verse 1 until I understood it. I gripped men, which is males. I gripped multiply, and I gripped daughters born to them. And I got to asking the Father the question, wait a minute, where's the mothers? Where's the women? They won this here. They had no part in what I was wanting to do, and that was destroy. They had no part in it, Deborah. Now, let me tell you what he's saying. He said, take y'all to the lot, Solomon and Gomorrah. He said, if you go back to Solomon and Gomorrah, you'll never see the women and daughters involved in what the men and it says men and young men, meaning young boys and men. This is what they were doing. Remember the angels come to Lot's house? The men were out there. But listen to what it said. It wasn't just the grown men. There was boys out there too. What happened to the women and the daughters? They weren't a part of it. Solomon and Gomorrah was brought forth by men. And that's why people today wants to lean heavy on homosexual, but they don't own that thing. They don't salute that thing. You got to own that thing. You got to salute the truth of that thing. And that is 90% of what you call gay runs around the males. 99.9 of people, males, that has been touched by another male was either by their father brother, their father friend, their granddaddy, the male. But one thing a lot of them said, that they blame mother because she knew what granddaddy and their daddy brother and her other sons were doing to them when they were little bitty kids. All you have to do is hear the men tell the story. See, can't nobody tell that story like these men. And I'm saying you get men 65 to 80 and let them tell you the story. And when they tell you the story, they begin to cry because it lived with them all this time to even they partake in the same thing that was done to them when they were little boys, country, all in the, family and back then. So when everybody try to make you think yesterday was so beautiful to where family got out of order, baby, family been out of order. They just been lying to y'all. It's been out of order. That's why when Yeshua HaMashiach pulled up and he started to tell you it's going to be like the days of Noah, what did he do? He also said it's going to be like the days of Lot. Is it not like that? You see what I'm saying? It's something he sent it. And I think it's kind of sad that he put all that in there as the Messiah coming to warn us what the end day is going to be like. Sent all them prophets to warn us what the end day is going to be like. We standing in them days, denying it 100%, talking, making everything out of a lie. Everything they said out of a lie. And able to do it by these books. By the books can they make it out of lie. Because it's all rest in spirit and truth. That's the only way you're going to get it is when the Ruach pull up in you and get you to tell the truth of the whole matter. And he ain't going to just pull up in those who are born of the flesh, which is 99.9. He's going to pull up in those who's born of the spirit. So what that says? The sin, they're going to be destroyed, period. They live in a lie and enjoying it, justifying and clarifying that it's all right. So in Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1, it talks about the men multiplying and the daughters being born to them. And the reason why it says it's being born to them is letting you know they owned the daughters. So it wasn't a choice like the daughter said, when I met this guy and he likes me and I want to marry him if it's okay, Dad. Or the young man saying, can I marry your daughter? No, it wasn't like that, y'all. This sex trafficking. This was sex trafficking. This is what this was. Whoring, prostitute. See, you got to put yourself in a mindset. What was y'all thinking to destroy everything? What could have made him build everything, then instantly destroy everything? We need to stop lying on him, making it look like, oh, ain't nobody did nothing. He just destroyed the world. Y'all need to stop that lying. And they ain't going to stop because it's over. So when it's over, that means lawlessness has hit the earth. The judgment and the fire of the Father has hit the earth. Everything goes. That means everything. That's why you see things happening. Can't nobody do nothing about it. And guess what? The heathens and the Gentiles going to do so many things to the Negroes. It's going to be off the chain. And guess what? The Father going to stand there like that. Because what happened? You think that they hung you from the tree then. Oh yeah, they did it. You think they set you on fire. You see? You think they real women. You ain't seen nothing yet because the Father saw you doing worse than what they have done. He put you in a land like unto the way that you were. Ezekiel 36. He said that to Ezekiel. Wait a minute, let me tell you who they are. See, he had to school Ezekiel. Let me tell you who these people are. And that's how I am today, telling y'all who these people are who claim to be somebody and they ain't. And we're finna get into that. Okay, in Genesis, we understand Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. Now let's go to verse 2. It says, the sons of Yah saw with the eyes the daughter of men. Why didn't they just say the sons of Yah saw the daughters, that they were fair? Why didn't they just leave it like that? Why didn't they just say, Genesis chapter 6, verse 2, that the sons of Yah saw the daughters, that they were fair, and took them wives of all which they chose? Why didn't they do that? No, they had to back it up with males, because they want to let you know the males were selling them. They were selling them off, having them and selling them. And I'm going to tell you what the Ruach taught me. I don't give a crap what y'all talking about. He taught me that most of them wasn't even at the age of their cycle. That's how the men were multiplying, showing you it was many. They had the same, we're going to get to that. They had the same mindset to sell their daughters. And that's why mama didn't have no role. Mama ain't never had a role in the household. Mama always stepped back. And what you see today is men that can't stand women that stands firm and stands tall. Why? They used to us being strictly under their feet, not standing up. That's how all these elderly men can come back and tell you how they were mad at mom because mom let their grandma, granddaddy, and all of them rape them and do all kind of things to them. And they mad at mom because mom didn't stop them. But guess what they said that I thought was really beautiful? Most of them said they realized mom couldn't stop them because she always got a butt whooped every day. I was like, you mean them women was getting beat like that back then? I said, somebody needs to school these so-called Israelite men. This stuff been going on since the beginning of time, y'all. See, they want to make people think, and they try to justify the house being broken up because of the women getting on welfare. Y'all said that that's another snake in the grass that they have gotten away with for so many years. He said, Deborah, I'm finished, Deborah. It's over. Tell them it's over because the lies never got right. Even after he put us over here in the land of our captivity, we still live the lie. And matter of fact, he said it got even worse. What you mean, Father? Deborah, they are worse than their forefathers. I said, what? Yes, they are worse than their forefathers. They live the lie. They speak the lie. They walk the lie. They talk the lie. They live the lie. They got y'all believing the lie. And they are the lie. Because I found a couple of right here when the Father was just teaching me. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. I'm going to show you what I learned. Listen to this. Verse 2, if they would have just kept man out of it, then he would have been off the hook a little bit. But no, y'all want you to know he had to put the daughters of man like they were owners, like they was calf or goats or sheep that belonged to the man. You see, that they were fair and they took them wives of all which they chose. Now I want to stop. Here we go, y'all. We finna get involved in this. The world have lied. And every denomination has lied with them. They have gotten with the world and lied. Even after he put instructions and direction before our faces, we still insist on the lie. People, no one can take books out of a book and make a book. Because listen to this. If they lied in the book, that they took other books out, What makes you think they didn't lie in the books they took out? Come on now, wake up, wake up. I know you're not, because he said it's over. You ain't gonna wake up, because that's what hour we're in. If you fall asleep in that hour, it gives you the signs of the 10 virgins not being ready. The truth of the matter ain't now one of them was ready. It just so happened the other 5 that had the oil represent the spirit, which was the seed of the woman, was already in there. Because when the trumpet was blown in the midnight hour, all 10 got out to trim their lamp. I said, wait a minute, Father. I'm going to show you. I ain't got no sense. I don't care. I said, wait a minute, Father. Why are they waiting to the last minute to trim their lamp? So he said, because they weren't ready either. But I was. I was ready for mine. What is mine, Deborah? The one that had the light, that had the seed of the Spirit. That's how they came through the door. That's how they got in. It wasn't that they were so ready for when he came. They just had the oil, which was their spirit, had the oil of the Most High Yah in them. Okay? That's how they came, went on in, and the door was closed. What do you mean, Deborah? Just like he told y'all, he's coming for what is his. Dead or alive, I'm coming for what is mine. You see? So here, the sons of Yah, it says here in verse 2 that the sons of Yah. Now, wait a minute. Who is the sons of Yah? Anybody in the live chat? Who is the sons of Yah? Who is the sons of Yah? Let's go to Job, chapter 1 of Job. Oh, Job, in the book of Job, chapter 1, the father. In the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah. When is the serpent and his seeds coming to present themselves before Yah? Never. Never, ever. The sons of Yah represent those that came down to represent Yah. Those were his sons. That's the problem right here today. No one knows Genesis chapter 2. No, Genesis chapter 3. No one knows Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, where he told Satan, mine's going to be separate seed from yours. And I'm going to put something between that. So yours won't come over here at mine. I mean, yours will be separate from mine. The sons of Yah are not fallen angels. The world then cut Yah again. Here, Job, chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah. And Satan came also among them. When Yah spotted Satan, he didn't say, where are y'all going? Where are you and yours going? He didn't. Satan was the only one that came among them. Who were them? The sons of Yah that will come to present themselves before Yah. Then here comes Satan. Who did God address? Satan, where are you going? He said, I'm just going to and fro, seeing who I may devour. And that's why he put him on Job. So the other sons of Yah, they weren't fallen angels. I searched the scriptures to the point where I went into Google, tried to find who said that there are fallen angels. And guess what? It never was said in the King James Bible. Never was it said. There's no such things as the fallen angels. It's a myth that they have made up for thousands of years, and they have planted it because it best fit them. It helps them to cover a lie and make it easy for them to teach out of this study guide. The sons of Yah. We're going to hear more about the sons, S-O-N-S, of Yah. Let's go. Job chapter 2, verse 1. In the same book, Job chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, and there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah. And Satan came among them to present himself before Yah. So just letting you know, he came by himself. He didn't come with fallen angels. These are sons of Yah. These are those who came down to represent Yah. Okay? They didn't come down here to represent Satan. They come down here to represent Yah. That's why they were called sons of Yah. Let's go to Job 38. Job 38. In Job chapter 38, he even says something. In here, it struck me. I said, but Father, why is all these verses here telling who the sons of Yah is, but man makes them fallen angels? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Because they have lied about why Yah in the world. What did I tell y'all? Refuse to own that thing. Feel that thing. Own it. When you feel that thing and own that thing, guess what? You are saluting the Father's will. You're looking at him saying, I see, Father, what you're saying. I see how your will is going. I see how you planned this. I see how things went yesterday. I see how things going today. And I see how you set it up for the future. You can't say none of that to y'all because you still don't understand yesterday. So you can't tell him nothing about today, y'all. He ain't going to even want to hear you because you don't even understand yesterday. Nothing. You only understand what some loudmouth people keep telling you, and you just take it at face value and not do your own, have your own relationship one-on-one with the Most High Yah, with his Ruach, the true teacher. Now here in Job 38, in the book of Job, chapter 38 and verse 7, it reads, when the morning star sang together, and all the sons of Yah shouted for joy. How can that be the fallen angels, y'all? How can the sons of Yah be fallen angels? How could they? And do you know when you go on Google, all of them support it. Says the sons of Yah are the fallen angels. I'm like saying, but Father, there's no such thing in King James Bible, period, about anything about the fallen angels. So if that's no such thing in the King James Bible of a fallen angel, where are these people getting this stuff from? They calling Yah's sons fallen angels. No, they human beings. That's just like you and I, but they come down to represent Yah as his son. He sends them down here as his sons. You all do not, this is where the ignorance come in. Total 100 million ignorance is when people don't understand. Sister Deborah is one of Yah's sons. Where do we come in being the sons? We come in from heaven, y'all, being the sons of Yah. Those that Yah has already predestined, ordained, and foreknew before the foundation of the world, appointed and anointed us to come down in flesh body to represent Yah. What happened to Deborah when she came down? Satan was down here. Sin. He comes to what? To do what to the whole world? Deceive. He didn't cut short by telling you he come to deceive the whole world. So if Satan comes down to, he's brought down to deceive the whole world, then you gonna put me down there with the biggest deceiver? Yes, I'm putting you down there because you represent me. You good? You be back. I got you written already in the book. You see, we all came from him, are sons of Yah. Even if we get off the wrong path, we still sons of Yah. Because that's going back to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. I put intimacy between the serpent seed and the woman's seed. The woman's seed represents Yah's sons, which is spiritual seed. See? And you're going to find that out tonight. So here in Job, it says, Job chapter 38, verse 7. When the morning stars together and all the sons of Yah shouted for joy. All the sons of Yah. So how is these going to be the sons of Yah? In Job chapter 1, verse 6. Job chapter 2, verse 1. Job chapter 38, verse 7. But when you get over here in Revelation, when he said in Revelation chapter 6, verse 2, that the sons of Yah saw the daughters of men, then they become fallen angels. How did they become fallen angels? With all these verses that I'm going to pull up for you all, it's going to show you the difference between Satan's seed and Yah's seed. That's why Yah called his sons. Sometimes he called them his children. But we're finna bag that thing up, and we're going to bring that thing down. Let's go. Romans chapter 8. In the book of Romans chapter 8, in verse 12. We go 12, 13, and 14. In Romans chapter 8, verse 12, we're going to start with verse 12, and we're going to go all the way to 14. Romans chapter 8, verse 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. Oh, wait a minute, hold up now. Hold up. Who are we debtor to? See, he's right there. He's separating he that is born of the flesh from he that is born of the spirit. You get what I'm saying? He already doing the separation that was divided from heaven, identical to the way Yah told the serpent in Genesis 3 and 15. He told him, I'm going to separate my seed from your seed, and I'm going to put something between there. Okay? I'm going to put intimacy between your seed and my seed. Now, here go, look in here. Romans chapter 8, verse 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. See, he's telling those that are born of the spirit, we are debtors, but not to the flesh. We got to keep being reminded. We got to keep being reminded we are the sons of Yah. We are the children of Yah. Okay? We are the church. We are the saints. We are the righteous ones of the Most High Yah. See? We're all those good things, but nobody tells us. Because they got it so locked into a lie to where you'll never find your way home. You know how I be telling y'all, so many have swam so far out in the ocean, they can't even see dry land. Why? Because they went too far out. They couldn't even see dry land even if they tried. If a ship came to get them, they'll never find their way to dry land because they were created to go that far deep out from away from truth. Okay? It's still the hand of the Father. Okay? Now watch this here. Verse 13. We in Romans chapter 8, verse 13. For if you live after the flesh, you shall die. Okay? But if ye through spirit do modify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. Modify. You're going to see that even though you are born up, you are flesh, not born of the flesh, but you are born, you got a flesh body. Okay? But if you modify the deeds of through the spirit, I like that. through the Spirit do modify the deeds of the body. See how the Spirit is always there to help you out? Even to today. Half of y'all don't even know. Y'all spirit is what's helping you go through, helping you on through. You thinking it's you. You thinking it's you reading your Bible. You thinking it's you and who you say you are and how you study, how you been in this. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You coming back home. You're going to be in heaven if that's where Yah has you in the book. It ain't nothing down here that Satan and nobody can do that are going to keep you from going back to the book of life, because that's where you come from, baby. You see? That's just to me to show y'all the power of who Yah is that they never tell you about. One thing I realize about the King James books and all the other books, they never give Yah the glory. They never give Yah the praise. They never give Yah what he entitled to, all power. They won't give it to him. Because what kind of power is going to send me to the earth in the fleshly body? Have me, my spirit, written in the Lamb book of life. And I'm down here messed up from the floor, but I got a place of eternal in the Lamb book of life. You know why? Heavens knows it first. Earth knows it last. So while people telling you, you this, putting you in a black box, baby, they don't want to understand the box in heaven is called the Lamb book of life. And that's where you are written. So don't just look at your life down here as if it's all messed up from the floor. Let me tell you, the sons of Yah got screwed up when they saw the beauty of the daughters of men. They saw what the men were doing, switching and selling their daughters. So they said, oh man, they giving them away like that. I want many as I want. I want as many as I can get. They were still the sons of Yah. And I'm going to show you how. Now, watch this here. Now, in Romans chapter 8 and verse 13, it says, for if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do modify the deeds of the body. That's what the Spirit do for you when you are of Yah. Yet shall live. And it ain't saying you. It ain't saying about you. It says through the Spirit. Do you see how the Spirit has your spirit upheld? Because you got to go back to the Lamb book of life where it is written, where your name is written, where you come from. You see? Now watch this here. Verse 14. For as many are led by the Spirit of Yah, they are the sons of Yah. You see that? How did they become the fallen angels? I don't get it. Now, I want y'all to see something that y'all might can't see, and it'll be okay if you can't. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I want you to understand the difference between me understanding what I'm saying by the Ruach, and you might not have the Ruach, but yet you think you understand. You see 14. Let's go over it. Romans chapter 8, verse 14. I'm just showing you how I see into seeing, okay? For as many as are led, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. You see that word led? Led by the Spirit of Yah. Who is the Spirit of Yah? The Ruach HaKodesh. Let me go a little higher. Bump up to the next verse above, 13. Go to 13. And where 13 starts off where it says, but if ye through the Spirit, do modify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. He's telling you the Spirit is going to lead you all the way home, y'all. All this monkey crap they talking about been a lie. Then he come down to 14 and says, for as many as are led by the Spirit, hallelujah, by the Ruach, they are. Oh, no, wait a minute, Father, y'all. They might. They may. They're going to be. No, it says they are the sons of Yah. Now, the thing about that is, he's telling you himself through his spirit who you are to him. Your family, your co-workers, your friends, your pastors, all this crap on this YouTube can't tell you who you are in Yah. Heavens had already wrote you in and wrote you out. So how could the world tell you where you stand with him? They can't. That's why I said I like it, because they come slithering in on this page when I'm speaking, and they slither right back out, because the snake knows they can't handle what Sister Deborah is talking about. Why? They can't stand to hear it. They can't stand to hear spirit and truth. That's why they slither out as quick as they slither in. I love it though. Okay, now let's go to Romans chapter 9. So right there, the Most High is giving y'all such a wonderful thing to let y'all know. It is by the Spirit are you my sons that I sent down here, not by the mouth of men and women. See, a lot of people are lost in their understanding because they can't see where they fit. They see they do wrong, they do this, and they trying their best to do what they can do that's right, and don't even know, baby. He got you locked in and locked out. That's what he was talking about. It's regarding the sons of men when they took them daughters. They wasn't taking them daughters just to be taking them. They saw the daughters that the men were selling their daughters. Sex trafficking, prostitution, selling their daughters to other men. They saw it. They just stood in line and said, these kids are beautiful. I want some too. A lot of them was babies. Not little bitty babies, but a lot of them was young girls. That's why I was showing you the multitude of men they was having daughters. These daughters wasn't grown women. Y'all, come on now. Y'all got to step into the mind of Yah, who destroyed it. And I don't care what denomination it is, they're going to tell you, yeah, we believe in the Noah and the ark. Most of them believe in that. All different denominations. You can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. But when it comes down to ending the world, they believe that the world was end at one time or another. So we know that existed back there. But what the thing is, why do they have to continue to lie? It's because they are the liar. You got to understand the one that come down to deceive the whole world was the liar. He's the father of lies. And this is why they still lying. Okay. So when you go to Romans chapter 9, listen to what Romans chapter 9, verse 6 through 8. Romans chapter 9, verse 6 through 8. Not as though the word of Yah has taken no effect, for they are not all Israel, which are Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they called the children. See, just because you're the seed of Abraham don't mean that you are the children. The children is the spiritual seed. They are the sons of Yah. They are the one that he separate the woman seed from the serpent seed. See, that's why I say Genesis 3 and 15 is a really scapegoat. It'll lead you out of here and be sitting somewhere waiting for the Father to come pick you up to take you to the promised land. Because once you start to get all these verses that Sister Deborah is saying, and you really feel that thing, you got to feel that thing, then you begin to be what you call true awaken to spirit and truth, not to all these different teachings on this platform. So listen to what he said. And where are we at? Okay. Now we're on verse 7. Romans chapter 9 and verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall the seed be called. Hold up. Now watch this here. In Isaac shall the seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, they are not the children of Yah. Y'all don't understand that, do you? We're going to say that over and over and over. Listen to this. Romans chapter 9, verse 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, I try to tell y'all that. Just because you Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's seed, that don't make you the children of Yah. The children of Yah are the sons of Yah, the seed of the woman, he that is born of the Spirit. He that is born of the Spirit is the righteous one that Yah branded before he got down here. No matter what he do, guess what? He's branded in righteousness. He's coming back home. That's why David did the things he did. Solomon did the things they did because they were already branded. They were already branded for the Father's name's sake. So it wasn't what they could do when they got down there and how they did it. It didn't matter. They were worthy to come back and enter into the rest of the Spirit of Yah. And they are in the book of life. That's where they come from. So I want you to see here, listen to this. Verse 8, that is, they which are of the children of the flesh. I tried to explain to you a year ago. The children of the flesh are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's children, okay? But they are the seed of the flesh. They're not the seed of the Spirit, y'all. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are seeds of the Spirit, okay? But their children are not all the seeds of the Spirit. Matter of fact, only a small remnant, okay? Now, this here is telling you here in verse 8, that is, they which are the children of the flesh are not the children of Yah. So while y'all running y'all tails around here talking about we the true Jews, we the Hebrew Israelite, we the people, we this and that, you's a fool, and you're going to be a fool. Because that don't make you the children of Yah. The children of Yah is he that is born of the Spirit. The children of Yah has the righteous brand in him. The children of Yah is the seed of the woman. That's who the children of Yah is. They are also the sons of Yah. Okay? But the children of the promise are counted for the seed. See, what people don't understand, the children, here it says, but the children of the promise are counted for seed. They are the seed of the promise of the land. You see, that's the promise. It wasn't the promise of eternal life. It was the promise of the land that he had given for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that they seed. They are the seed, but they're not the promise. They're not the children of Yah. Are the children of Yah coming out of that lineage? Yes. He got him a remnant, but they not all. Or Israel, as in the Israel of the seed. They are the Israel of the promise of the land, not the seed. So they're the promise like the flesh seed. They're not the spiritual seed that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and David and them was. You see? So I wanted to cover that. Now let's go to John. The Gospel of John, chapter 11. The Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 52. The Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 52. Now, when we just came from Romans chapter 9, verse 6 to 8, it told you that they are not the children of Yah. See, they thinking that we are the children. We are the one. No, you're not, baby. You're the children of the flesh, of the seed of the promise. You are not the children of the Spirit that's going to go back to heaven because they are branded for Yah's name's sake. You see, that's what he was telling the devil before they even had any kids. Before Adam and Eve had any kids, he told the devil, okay, you're going to have yours and I'm going to have mine, but I'm going to put intimacy between the two. And we get down here and we can't see. We can see Satan's children, but we can't see Yah's. They are the sons of Yah. And he said it's in this book, I don't know how many times, but we're calling them fallen angels. How could you get that mixed up with fallen angels? And we're going to go there. John, the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 52. Now, hear this. The Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 52. And not for that nation only, but that also he shall gather together in one the children of Yah that were scattered abroad. So he's only gathering the children of Yah. Okay, those are who the Father is going to gather. Now, who are the children of Yah? They are likened to the sons of Yah. These are those who are the seed of the woman. These are those who are born of the Spirit. Okay. Now, in this here, you got to listen to what he said in 52. And not for the nation only. See that? Not for the nation only, but that also he shall gather together in one the children of Yah. So you see, it's more than just us going over there, because it's separated. It says, and not for the nation only, but also he should gather together in one his children that were scattered. See, even though the promise, those that was of the promise of the promised land, and those that are his children, he's going to gather them in what way? In one. That they were scattered abroad, which was the children of Yah. His sons and his daughters that belonged to him were scattered along with the seed of the promise. You see? So he's saying that, and not for the nation only. So letting you know, just not that are that receives the promise, but also he should gather those in one, the children of Yah. See, he's still going to have his children in one. He's going to gather them too. You see? Because they're going to be of all nations. But he's going to gather the ones that is in him, born of the Spirit. You see? So this is why I say unto you, it's going to be something. We're going over to the promised land, and these same ones that he says, one, the children of Yah, those are one that's going to gain the eternal life. They're in the book of life. That's why he gathered them up as one. Same thing we sure did when he went to the four corners. Remember, he gathered the sheep and the goats. We know the sheep were the righteous, and the goats went to the lake of fire. You see, those were also those that Yeshua had gathered. You see what I'm saying? He's going to come and collect the sheep. Those are the warned, the children of Yah. See, we are not the children of Yah on the earth, y'all. We are the children of Yah in the heavens that came down to represent him. You see? And we got caught up from the floor in all this chaos down here. Because Satan, when he came down, he came to deceive the whole world. So we too were taken by his craftiness. But what keep us from him? Y'all put a brand in us, which is called righteous. Belief, faith, and fear. We're going to make it back home, y'all. Okay, we're going to make it back home. Now, in John chapter 1, the Gospel of John chapter 1 and verse 11, in the Gospel of John chapter 1, verse 11 and 12, he came into his own, and his own received him not. The Gospel of John chapter 1, verse 11. He came into his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Yah, even to them that believed on his name. Even to them that believed on his name. Why? Why was they given the power so easily? Because they were the sons of Yah from heaven. You see, even though what? They might not even received. See, in verse 11, he came to his own, and his own received him not. That's the sons of Yah, y'all. They can get down here and do some of the craziest things. You'll wonder what side are they on. But because of the brand of righteousness that's already in them, they're going to make it back home. Those are the sons of Yah, y'all. The sons of Yah cannot be the fallen angels. I know they keep telling everybody. We're going to go over 2 more verses regarding this. And that is 1 John. And then we're going to go back to Genesis 6 to end what took place, what was on the mind of Yah when he ended the world. 1 John chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. Let's see what it says. 1 John chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we shall be called the sons of Yah. Praise. Ain't now one of us in this flesh is worldly. But because of the Father in heaven had already branded us to be the sons on the earth. And that's what the world don't want to receive. That's what those that are born of the flesh don't want to receive. The fact that we are already branded for his name's sake. That's why the pastors want to pastor the church and rule over them. And he's ruling over those who already are the sons of Yah. You see? Now listen to this. Listen to this. And it says, the Father has, the 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love, I say give and gave, the Father has bestowed upon us. What kind of stuff is that? That's what it's saying. What kind of stuff is that? That the Father has bestowed upon us, that we shall be called the sons of Yah. Said we, wait, hold on. How did we become that? How did we get that great gift? How was we chosen to be the sons of Yah? Now watch this. Therefore, the world know us not, because it know not him. So that's what I got caught up on today. I said, wait a minute. So they don't know that we are already the sons of Yah. That's why they're calling us the fallen angels. But we are the sons of Yah. We don't even know who we are. And because the world don't know, it says here that we should be called the sons of Yah. Then listen to what it says. Therefore, the world don't know us, y'all. The world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. That's why they don't know we are the sons, y'all. We are the ones. So that's why they can't identify us as the sons of Yah. Because they don't know Yah, so they don't know us. So they don't know that we are his sons. We are his children. And I'm not talking about the Hebrew Israelites. I'm not talking about the tribe of Judah in the house of Israel. I'm talking about the sons of Yah that came down here branded before the foundation of the world to represent Yah. And yes, they were founded in David, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But yet, now they are not the only ones. That's what he was saying. They are not the only ones. The world don't know who we are. See, we calling ourselves the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's not it. We are Yah's. And because it said they don't know Yah, they don't know us. Y'all wake up to that. Wake up to that heavy fact that people, family members, co-workers, friends, husband, wife, children, everybody, school, they don't know you because they don't know him. That's what it's saying. And it makes sense why they sit here calling the fallen angels the sons of Yah, and calling the sons of Yah the fallen angels. But then if you do your study, you ain't gonna find nowhere in the biblical instructions and direction book anything about a fallen angel. So where is man getting it from? And what I learned today is off the chain. I learned that Negroes pick up whatever a white man say, read it, and they believe it, because they have always been people of idol gods. They never heard the true God. They always take the idol God over the true God. And that's how it is today. And that's why they got y'all chasing all these books, talking about Enoch this and this book said this. None of them books tell you what I'm telling you. I'm giving you spirit and truth. Not Enoch, all of Ezra, all them books that they have, none of them can give you spirit and truth that shows you that the light is in the hand of the words in which they speak. Nothing in none of them books will give you light. Nothing in none of them books will give you spirit and truth. None of them books will say, here, this is the way to the narrow gate. Not one, not even this King James Bible couldn't just lead you straight there. But until the Ruach HaKodesh comes, it's going to lead you. It's going to guide you. It's going to teach you. It's going to show you things to come, things that was in the past. That's how awesome the Ruach is. It is the true light that leadeth you to find the narrow gate. Okay, so let me finish this here. So in 1 John chapter 3, it begins to say, it says, beloved, know we are the sons of Yah. See, he's telling you again, we are the sons of Yah. Okay, and it do not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when we shall appear, we shall be like him. Okay? For we shall see him as he is. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Verse 3. Every man that has this hope in him purify himself, even as he is pure. See, you purify yourself when you salute stuff like that. When you look at that and you read it and then you can feel that thing, you feeling it means you understand it to the fullest. And then you can feel that thing. And then when you read 1 John 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you feel that thing, you say, wait a minute now, why ain't they teaching this? Why didn't they reveal this to us? Enoch didn't tell you, did he? Ezra didn't tell you, did he? See, none of these books are going to tell you these things that are spirit and truth, because these same books was taken out the same book that the Roman Catholic had smeared. They took them out, smeared them, and handed them to y'all tales. And y'all run around here talking about they the truth. But then this book, it's been smeared too. But the only way can wipe the smears away is the Ruach HaKodesh and the Ruach HaKodesh only. And that's why I'm so glad he did come. Now, I want you to drop down to verse 9. Drop down to verse 9. We still in 1 John chapter 3 and verse 9. Whoever is born of Yah doeth not commit sin. I'm going to teach that tomorrow. I'm going to teach that thing so y'all can get a feel of how the world want to make you feel bad about your past, about what's going on with you, what you have and what you don't have, what you're doing and what you're not doing. But if you only knew, when you become the sons of Yah, when you become the church and the saints, all of us, it's the same. When you become the seed of the woman, when you are the one that's born of the spirit, you in there. You in there. That means Yah ain't looking at you as sin. He looking at what he marked in you before you got your butt down here. How you like him now? Now listen to this. Verse 9. 1 John, this I'm gonna say something. 1 John chapter 3, we drop down to verse 9 and 10, and listen to this. Whosoever is born of Yah, which is born of the Spirit, do it not commit sin, for his seed, hallelujah, remaineth in him. What seed is that? The seed of the woman, which is the spiritual seed, will belong to Yah. See there, y'all? They sitting here telling you, that's why Sister Deborah been trying to get y'all to understand all this, the way you supposed to walk, talk, eat, look, submit yourself and all that. That's trash. Y'all ain't obeying nothing that the Holy Spirit teaches. Nothing. He said, because they know not him. So that's why they don't go by what he done said. And he don't reveal things to them because they ain't never been under his teaching. They teach it themselves. Flesh teaching flesh. Okay, now listen to this, y'all. Hear this again. Verse 9. You should highlight this in your Bible. Listen to this. It says, whosoever is born of Yah. Remember the woman seed and the serpent seed? The woman seed is those that are born of Yah. Now watch this here. Do it not commit sin. For his seed remaineth in him. Remember the woman's seed? It remained in you. You don't commit sin. That's why I was trying to tell y'all about the commandments and the laws. How can somebody tell you to keep something that's already keeping you? Do that make any sense? If the man, if Yah is the creator of the law and the commandments, how is it we're going to have to work hard trying to keep what's already keeping us? He is the law. He is the commandment living in us. So what do we need to keep? It's going to keep us in perfect order according to him, not according to man, not according to the outer, but according to him that lives in us, that's greater than anybody in the world. But we put him away and run around here and say, we got to do what man say. We got to follow the Torah. They didn't follow Torah then. How you going to follow it? And you worse it today than you were yesterday. They were yesterday, but you're going to follow it today. You can't do it. Now, he's sitting here telling, this is being said to you all. I know about this because I knew about. Now, say, for instance, if I did not understand what took place before the foundation of the world, then I wouldn't understand this. But this is clearly said as I was taught what took place before the foundation of the world. It's telling me that Yah had already orchestrated, predestined, ordained you, foreknew you, gave you the tools that you're going to need to run this journey. That's what he tells me. Stay in your lane. Don't let no man or woman get you out of the lane that I created for you. I the one created. I know what lane you belong in. Stay in it. Now listen to this. Verse 9. Whosoever is born of Yah, do it not commit sin. Who said that? Because you're born of Yah. What does born of Yah mean? You're in the Lamb book of life. Okay? Do it not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him. Watch this here. And he cannot sin because he is born of Yah. Y'all see the spiritual seed. You remember David, Abraham, Isaac, and told you that they were the spiritual seed? See, people look at them as the fleshly seed, and that's what has happened to the house of Israel and tribe of Judah. They're looking at the fleshly promise, and then it's screwed up with the spiritual seed. No, baby, you walk in the fleshly seed. You ain't going nowhere with that. It's the spiritual seeds that going somewhere. Okay, they're the one that's branded. That's how Abraham was told in the vision, told in the vision. You already counted in, bro. See, so no matter what he did, you already in there. Today, y'all don't know. You already in there. But it's something in you to be able to identify that and feel that time. Okay, now watch what verse 10 said. In this, the children of Yah are manifested, and the children of the devil, whosoever do not the righteousness, is not of Yah, neither he that loveth not his brother. Now notice he said righteousness. That's the brand. That's what he told Abraham. You already counted righteous. You in there. You counted righteous. You already in there, bro. Righteous, belief, faith, and fear or a brand that Father brands his before he sent him down here. You see? That's why he's saying here, and the children of the devil. It's letting you know in this, the children of Yah are manifested. You see what manifested? You are manifested already. Now watch this here. And the children are the devil. They're manifested to be the devil children, which is the serpent seed. And those that are children of the of Yah are manifested to be the woman seed, which is the spiritual seed. Okay? And it says here, whosoever do not righteousness is not Yah, neither he gave not his brother. You see, have any respect for his brother. Now, who is his brother? Who is his brother? The same one that is what? The children of Yah. That's who he's telling for you to respect. The children of Yah. The same one that came down like you came. Those are the ones that you give and gave. You give and gave those that come down on the earth as the sons of Yah. Those are the one you deal with. Those are the one you commune with. Those are the one you work with. Those are the one you support. But see, people support Satan, see. And then they tell Yah, see, we ain't going to support you, but we're going to support Satan, see. So that's why Satan get way above and succeed in the world, because everybody support the serpent seed versus the woman seed. And it's okay. The woman's seed is supported from heaven. They don't need the support of the earth. They support it from heaven. Hallelujah. Okay. So now what we're going to do now, we're going to go back into Genesis. Let me see what time out. Okay. Genesis. We're going to go back into Genesis chapter 6. Now, we're back into Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. Understanding what was on the mind of a spiritual Yah to end the world. Now, that the sons of Yah saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Notice the word took. We know that those are not the words probably that was used, but you got to kind of put it in some type of order of how it's being said. It's saying that the sons of Yah, those are the children of Yah, okay? The daughters of the men. How did they see them? They saw the men trading these daughters for money. Sex trafficking. Using them as, how would I say? I would say prostitution. Okay. Now, they saying that they saw them, and they were not only they see that the men were selling them, okay, that they also were fair. They was innocent, y'all. They were innocent. Okay. And that led me to understand what the Spirit was showing me and what he said to me. A lot of them weren't even at age, but they were given to men. So the sons of men saw this and they got detached to it. Okay. And they decided they took them wives of all which they chose. What kind of crap is that? We and y'all gonna give me and all these women and make that okay. Come on now, y'all, talk to me. But that's what the men's were doing back then. So you got to understand, y'all need to stop lying on the Father. You out there who try to support these people lying, you're worse than the liar itself. Y'all need to stop supporting them in their lies. You got to understand, this is the creator finna end what he just started. Something had to been going on for him to say, hey, that's it. And when he saw the sons of Yah go into the acts of the way the men were doing, it was like, oh, Master really got off a course. I got to end this here. This ain't gonna be good. Master got off a course totally. I got to end this. This is out off the chain. It's gonna be like the what? The days of Noah. What's gonna be like the days of Noah? The days in which we are in, and the days to come. It's like the days of Noah. So you got to understand what's going on now. Sex trafficking, child pornography, sex trafficking. All these things is taking place. And you all going to stand here and deny that it's not matching the days of Noah. You're lying. You're lying. It had nothing to do with any giants. You lied about the giants, just like the Israelites when they went out to check the land. They came back and lied. Said the giants was this. Same old lie. Same old lie. They still doing it today. So you got to place your mindset on these men. You got to place your mindset on these men. Now, this is what he said. Now, listen to this. Verse 3. And Ahiah said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. He was cutting down the lifespan. Okay, right then and there. This is something going on in the Creator's mindset. He said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. Look at that. Strive. That means argue, dispute, content, plead, or quarrel with man. Those are things that actually take place when you have a child, okay? And you sitting here content with them. You dispute them and you argue with them about doing things they ain't got no business doing. Well, notice this says in verse 3, and Yah said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. What happens to the sons of Yah when all of this is over? They're still the sons of Yah. But he's letting you know, man, they got my breath of life. If you look at verse 3, he says, my spirit. That is the breath of life. That is the breath of life he has given every man, which is a light, which is the spirit. His spirit is not going to strive with them because they flesh. They also flesh. Those that are born of the flesh is of the flesh. Those that are born of the spirit is of the spirit. Yet his days shall be 120 years. That's what's going on with the mind of Yah. Whatever they did with these daughters, just the actor in verse 1 is causing Yah to end it all. And in verse 1 is going to back up, let you know the mindsets of those in verse 1 and verse 5. Now watch this here. Now here we go. Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of Yah, see, they still call the what? The sons of Yah came into the daughters of man. Did he say the sons? Did he say the giants came into the daughters of Yah? He didn't say that. What would be easier for them to have that idea that these are the fallen angels or the giants having sex with the daughters? How can a giant have sex with a daughter that's a virgin? Matter of fact, how can he have a sex with a woman that ain't a virgin? Giants, y'all, come on now, make some sense. Make some sense. They put it on two things: the fallen angels and the giants. Most of them put it, the giants had sex with the daughters of Zion. The daughters of man. Y'all lying. These were the sons of Yah. In human flesh, they came to represent Yah. They got totally off the path. You know how I tell y'all, he tell me to stay in the lane, stay in the lane. They got totally off the lane. Okay. And what did they do? They took as many daughters as they pleased as wives. And then verse 4 says, there were giants in the earth those days. And also after that, when the sons of Yah, where does it say the fallen angels went in to the daughters? Where does it say that the fallen angels and the giants went into daughters here? I know they're going to run and get an Enoch book. They're going to go get a book that's really, it just remind me of, what's that, Harry Potter. All them books remind me of Harry Potter. Just like people believe in the Harry Potter, that's how people believe in all these lost books. If they lost, what about the book it came out of? Wouldn't it be lost too? If the book that those lost books came out of, don't you think the book that it came out of, if it been smeared in a lie, wouldn't they be smeared in a lie too? They don't get it. Mentally, they don't get it. Spiritually, they don't get it either. Now, here it's telling you that it was just giants in the earth. And I'm going to explain to you why they want you to know it's giants in the earth. And also after that, when the sons came into the daughters of man, and they bare children of them. Who? The daughters and the sons of Yah had children. Okay? The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. That don't mean giants, children. Why did y'all lie? And how? Y'all probably say I'm wrong for this, but you know what, y'all? I've been doing the study on this today, and I did it probably about 9 months ago and couldn't understand. Father, the whole Google, everybody keeps saying they fallen angels. Everybody keeps saying the giants had sex with the daughters of man. Where are they getting this stuff from? Even though it's sitting here saying the sons of Yah, not fallen angels, not giants. It's telling you, how's the daughter gonna have giant babies, fallen angel babies? It doesn't make sense. And here we are in the midnight hour still living the lie. And I looked all on Google and all the search. You should see how everyone has blown it up to be like a sexual thing. And it's this. And I'm saying, Father, but where are they getting it from? The father of all lies. They are like their father, a liar. You got to understand that, Deborah. If he's the father of lies and they are the children, or when you think that they'd be lied to, I said, yeah, but that's a big, big lie. No, this is why nobody don't take the end days serious about being destroyed, because they have lied. They have made all these different lies in here. Now, the reason why giants is to be let known that they had giants back in them days, because the length of how the flood is going to come is showing you that when Yah say destroy the earth, even the giants that were here during that time, they would be able to, if it rained all that time, they would be able to live throughout it. But they couldn't. Not the way Yah did it. See, a lot of y'all didn't know the flood came from underneath. And that's how the ark was picked up. And as you read it, we're going to read it, and you're going to see how the flood came from underneath, because he built earth. Underneath us was water, and above us was water. He brought the rain and brought the water under the earth up, and the rain continued to fall, and the water that was coming from up, it came from up to meet up with the mountains, even the mountains. So it went way past the giants. So the giants would die. Giants just showing us that even those that were tall, that one would probably think that would live through a flood, even they died. Because the way Yah brought the flood in, he brought it from where Yah wouldn't understand. When you see it rained from the top, but underneath the earth is where the water came up to bring that ark up and to bring that water up to meet the water coming down, because the one that's coming from underneath the earth, it can go all the way up past the mountains, and that's what it did. So it was killing everything underneath first, the earth, just as he said. So as you read here, it says, and the sons of Yah came in verse 4, and the sons of Yah came into the daughters of men. So this is the thing about the sons of Yah took on sexual sex with the daughters of men, because men were selling their daughters off like that. Okay. And they bare children of them. The same were become mighty men, were of old, men of renown. Because what? They were the sons of Yah mixing with the daughters of man. What is that saying? Do anybody in the live chat know what that means? The sons of Yah mixing with the daughters of man. What is that saying? Remember in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, Yah told Satan, I'm going to put intimacy between the woman's seed and the serpent, his seed. But right here, the seeds came together. So you got to understand what's going on here in the spiritual mind of Yah. See, those both of them came together. And when they both came together, they were mighty men, which were of old, men of renown, meaning intelligent, fame, men. Okay, and mighty. These didn't have nothing to do with no giants or no fallen angel. The sons of Yah would never be fallen angels. If they're going to be fallen angels, you would say fallen demons, not fallen, sons of Satan, and not sons of Yah. No, they said sons of Yah is the fallen angels. That's how sick it is. So when the daughters of man, which is the sons of the serpent seed, got with the woman seed, which is the spiritual seed, they brought forth mighty children of them, and the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. That's how it came forth. Now watch this here. Now y'all, this is where all the other verses we just read kind of help out the whole mindset. Verse 5, and Yah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, that every imagination of the thoughts of the hearts were evil continually. Notice he said, and Yah saw that the wickedness of men. Y'all missed it. See that? Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. He didn't say, listen to this. Yah saw that the wickedness of the sons of man and the men were great in the earth. He didn't even call out the sons of man. Yah saw that the wickedness of the sons of Yah and the sons of man, and man was great in the earth. No, he didn't say that. What did he say? And Yah saw that the wickedness of man, because that was the serpent seed that was having them daughters and selling them off to everybody. It was like you have today. Sex trafficking is, woo, y'all, it's off the chain, y'all. It's bigger than what you can even imagine. You will probably cry day and night to know how it's really rolling here in this country and all over the world, especially over in this country. And it has to do with a lot of women, a lot of young girls, a lot of babies, some men, some boys, same thing, but not at the level or they doing the female, but they still doing the boys. But what I'm showing you here, listen to what happened. And in verse 5, and Yah saw that the wickedness of the men was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of their heart was only evil continually. So these men, they weren't going to change. Why didn't he say, wait a minute, hold up. Why didn't he call out the giants? Why didn't he call out the sons of Yah? Why didn't he call out the fallen angels? Why didn't he call out them? He said man, as if he was speaking to all kind on the earth. But basically, he didn't call it out like he did in verse 2, in verse 3, in verse 4. He called them out. He called the sons of Yah out. He called the daughters out. He called the giants out. He called men out. But when he got to 5, he says, and Yah saw the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every imagination, and this man mean male and female, every imagination of thoughts of the heart was evil continually. Now, let me show you how hard it was. For it repent a higher that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yah said, I will destroy man. I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping things. He destroyed everything. It repented him that he even made him. You see? Now you drop down to, where is it at? You drop down to 11. Let's drop down to 11. When you get to 11, we in Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. The earth also was corrupted before Yah, and the earth was filled with violence. Didn't I tell you? He said we are now in lawlessness, full of violence. And you trying to say that it ain't time for it to end? Come on now, y'all. It's like the days of Noah, y'all. And like the days of Lot, as Yeshua HaMashiach said. It's going to be like the days of Noah and the days of Lot. Now listen to this. And then it says in verse 12, and Yah looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all the flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Verse 13, and Yah said unto Noah, the end of flesh is come upon me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. That's deep. He's telling you his thoughts and how it went. But we sit here today and we justify, clarify, and identify all this crap that's going on. It's all well. It's good. We don't see it. It's okay. We can't feel it. It don't bother us. And this, no, you got to feel this thing. If you don't feel this thing going on and the way things are going on, it's just like the days of Noah and like the days of Lot, then you're not who you think you are. Because you got to feel this thing. You got to feel the hour in which we are in. Because while you're feeling it, you also can feel him coming for you. Because if you can't feel what's going on, then you like, he ain't coming yet, then y'all, we still got some time. You see what I'm saying? You got to feel this thing. Okay. Now, when you get to Genesis chapter 7, verse 17, Genesis chapter 7, verse 17. In Genesis chapter 7, verse 17 through 19, I'm going to show you something here. In Genesis chapter 7, verse 17, through 19. Verse 17, the flood was 40 days upon the earth. And the earth and the water increased and burned up. See how it burned up? I believe, based on the Spirit teaching me, I believe it the way he have taught it to me, that it was water coming from under the earth. And right here it said it burned up the ark. And it lifted up above the earth. Because what people don't understand is water underneath us and it's water above. And He had both waters to come together to flood the earth. But I think the one underneath was the really helping hand. And I think that's how it says in verse 17, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the water increased and buried up the ark and was lifted up above the earth. See, up above the earth. See, it was lifted up above the earth. Now watch this here. And the waters prevailed and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon, the face of the waters. So watch this here in verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered. So I believe that's what caused it, the water that he allowed to come underneath. If you go back to Genesis and see how he created it, then you'll see that it's water underneath. I think that water came up and met the rain, and they met each other to cover the whole earth. And the water underneath brought the ark up off the ground and kept it above level. So I believe that's how that happened. But I want to show you something, and I don't know if I should go there. Let me go to Numbers, and this is it here. Numbers, yes, my time is up. Numbers chapter 13, verse 31. Because I was wondering how did the world, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's the world alone. Yeah, the world did it, and they still doing it, lying on things that, and the way that Yah created everything. They got lie behind it. They have told the lie for so long. So that's why Yah said it's finished, meaning Deborah, it's nothing you can do with the lie. It's been said too many thousands and thousands and hundreds of millions of years. So the lie is still there, and they're gonna live the lie on out. You see? So because I'm like saying they lying though, but Google and all of them, they lying. And I don't care if Enoch is saying that the fallen angels this and the fall. Y'all fools. Because honestly, Yah created everything, and he told us where he put it. So it ain't so much as that we putting something here that he didn't say he put, because some other book or this book says it, and then when the Ruach come, you don't have no understanding of it, but you have an understanding that you got it within yourself, and what somebody taught you, it has sealed you to believe everything that individual have taught you. But when you go to Numbers chapter 13 and verse 31, now this is what bothered me. This bothered me. Listen to this. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. Verse 32, Numbers chapter 13 and verse 32. And they brought up an evil report on the land which they cursed unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eat up the habitations thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of a giant stature. Verse 33. And there we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. They lied. That was a lie. They were supposed to go out and tell what they see in the land. Instead of them doing it and telling the truth, guess what they did, y'all? They lied. In Numbers 14, it says, and all the congregation lift up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, all because those men said they had went and scoped out this land, and that there were giants on that land. They lied. They lied. And talking about the giants were eating everything. That's what the Father showed me. He said, see there, Deborah? See how they lied on them giants? That was a lie. That was a lie. And I think they got killed, didn't they? I think Yah killed them, didn't he? Yeah. Let me finish reading that. So I think Yah killed them. Watch this here. Numbers chapter 14. And all the congregation lift up their voice and cried. And the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation, now listen to that. The whole congregation said unto them, would Yah that we had died in the land of Egypt? Or would Yah have had died, or would Yah we have died in this wilderness? Verse 3. And wherefore has Ahiah brought us up unto this land to fall by the sword, and our wives and our children should be a prey, were it is not better for us to return? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt? So this here, they died. I think he killed them. He killed those guys that lied and gave that bad report, talking about the giants. I think they got killed. I think they died. Somewhere in here I read it. I think they died because they lied. They lied. They lied and to the whole congregation of Israel, and they believed them. A lie. It was all a lie what they said. So the Father was saying, so Deborah, so you heard the story when Moses sent them out. They lied. Talking about there was giants. They had eaten all the inhabitation, meaning they were going around eating everything, and that they were like grasshoppers before them. All that was a lie. What did those men do? They took it right back to the whole house of Israel and told the story, and everybody got to getting angry with Aaron and Moses, saying, why did y'all bring us out? We could have stayed in Egypt. All because of the report of those men who had lied. See how they had lied on giants then? That's what y'all was showing me today. That's why I switched it from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Because when he showed me that, I said, see there? They were lying back then. He said, yeah. He said, that's what they lying about now. The giants had no connection. The whole earth mind was wicked and evil, and I destroyed it. It was like that continually, evil. And I destroyed every living creature and flesh on the earth, because all of it was corrupt. You see, only one can do that is the Father in heaven. And as I see that, why is it we don't teach it the way the Ruach has taught it to us? It's because the Ruach is not in them. And they're not going to teach it. Because if he's not in them, he said that then they don't know him. How can they teach him and they don't know him? If they are the seed of the serpent and they are the seed of the flesh, how can they teach anything that they know not of? Only one can teach this thing to those that are of Yah, because they came from Yah. They are branded with the righteousness. Do that make them perfect? Perfect? No. The sons of Yah ain't never been perfect, because they end up down here as humans, but with a seal on them as the sons of Yah, where they will return, whether you like it or not. They're going back to where they come from. And Satan is going where he come from, his seed. Anyone in the live chat, if you have any questions, you can start pouring them out. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, you can. Anybody have any questions? Okay, let me see. Yep, and it's just going on and on and on, and it's like it's no end to it. So if Yah said we have lawlessness is on the earth, that means every imaginations and thoughts are getting out of control. That's why we're seeing all these things that we're seeing. And some people can't even see it for really what it is. They don't even think it's that bad. Now that's strange to me, but that's where people are at. They don't look at it. Hey, this ain't nothing going on. So what do that mean? He gonna do? He gonna turn up the fire. Oh yes, he gonna turn that fire up. Keep on thinking he ain't. He's gonna turn it up so you can see it. See, a lot of us just walking around like it ain't. And I see people sitting here passing okaying for them to make these here be this thing to get you shot and all this old crazy stuff. Why is it? This is another part. I said, Father, they making this stuff and the people ain't even saying nothing. And they getting ready to spread so they can be affected and they not even saying nothing. That's how bad it is. Everybody thought so. Everybody are wicked and evil. So to them ain't nothing wrong with what everything is being done. They don't care. So a lot of things people thinking the Father gonna come and redeem them and save them from. He ain't come to save your tail from nothing. He ain't come to save your butt from nothing. You're gonna be right here where you want to. You finna play. You gonna play in fire, baby. Any questions? That's wonderful. Wonderful. Love learning. Praise the Most High Yah. Appreciate it. And you know, that's how simple he made it. He makes it so that we can. But you know what? What got me again today? He make it so we can understand it. But what got me today is when he showed me the lies of Israel when Moses sent them out to scope a land. They came back and lied to the whole congregation that there were giants, and there weren't, y'all. They were lying. So to me, when he showed me that, he said, "See there, Deborah? That's how it was in Genesis chapter 6. They took that lion, they took those giants and try to make them have babies by the daughters." He said, "But where do you see that at? Where do you see that at?" Oh, I forgot. They got lost books that says it. You see how sick that is? Why isn't the Ruach can't teach us? Why the Spirit of the Most High can't teach us nothing, but they can teach us all the lies, and we all for it. But the Ruach can't teach us no spirit and truth, nor give us the light to lead us to the way to the narrow gate. That's messed up from the floor. But we can believe they lies. And what in Numbers, when they had Moses and them had sent out the guys, why did all of them lie? Why? If it was a land that y'all could live on it. Why did you lie? Because they ain't got nothing better to do. That I like that. I like what you said, because that's exactly how it is, even with me. Even the thing, like when I'm talking to you, you all might think that I be knowing what I'm talking about. A lot of times I'm learning while I'm speaking, and it feels good because I get off and I be saying like you, I'm finna repent to the Father. I didn't salute that one, Father, but I salute that now. You know, and he's sitting here telling us all these verses, telling us the sons of Yah are the ones that are the children of Yah. So how are they the children of Satan? How do they become the fallen angels? And then y'all get up on YouTube, on Google, and they'll tell you they the fallen angels. And I'm like, how could they do that? But that's how thick the lie is. That's how thick it is. Would you say Q say why the Bible mentioned giants? No. The reason why the Bible mentioned the giants, you got to understand, he was telling you he was going to destroy everything. As you go into the New Testament, there were giants in the land. There are giants, and we call them Nephilims or what you call them, giants and so on, but they were just king men. I don't know if y'all know that we have them existing here today. Men that 7 feet tall, some 8. Those are what was back in the day. They were taller than the normal height. Okay, so when they were taller than the normal height, they were no different than nobody else. They were just thought they were bad and tough because they were bigger than everybody else. But we made them what we want. Man teaching makes these things what they want them to be. You know, when David killed that giant, that wasn't that it was a big, gigantic, the way the world and the Western world, this here old Babylon say, you see a big old giant, a Goliath, and then you see David with a slingshot. Y'all come on back down to earth. Say it the way y'all said it in your spirit. He'll tell you to study this book, and when you study, he said, I will come and abide with you, and you with me, and I will teach you all things. Now, if he said he's going to teach you, what does that say about this book? This book ain't going to teach you. His spirit going to teach you. So that tells you the book is just something for you to study until he come to teach you and show you his fingerprint in it. Outside of that, you can't go in this book and just assume you know what it's saying and understand what it's saying without the ruach until the true teacher pull up. Then you stand down and do what he asks you. Study to show yourself. He didn't say study to show nobody. He said study to show yourself approved. Because when the ruach come hit you, it's going to teach you all the things you study. What is right and what is not, you know. Yeah, that's what it is. That's all they are. They just taller people. We got them now. If you get to go to the basketball games and you see how tall those guys is, you're going to say, wow, ooh, wait, look at Shaq. Those are giants. Those are giants. And don't forget, David was the youngest son. So that's why he really looked like he was big to him. Those were considered giants. See, but we make them the way the Gentiles and the heathen make them. They make them big old monsters and ooh, but we got to make them what Yah says. And we have to see what Yah says about them in there. So I didn't know nothing about, I knew I had read years ago about giants, but I did not know Moses and them had sent a crew out to check out the land. And they lied about the giants. And even said the giants were eating all the habitation. I'm like, all that was a lie. And they caused the people to go up against Aaron and Moses because they started crying all night long. Yes, it is. The whole world is a lie in wickedness. That's why he said, tarry until I come. That means feel me coming for you so I can come live in you. And that's the whole idea. And that's in the basket. When the Holy Spirit comes, he's going to be your teacher. He's going to show you things to come. He's going to reveal things to you. He's going to teach you all things. He's going to comfort you. When you can trust in that alone, you can teach anybody. You can talk to anybody because now the comforter is in you and you in him. He said, I will come and abide in you and you in me. And we become what? One. One. Because guess what? We were already checked in the Lamb Book of Life through Yeshua HaMashiach before the foundation of the world. That's why the lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world, so we can get checked in then. Not checked in now, but checked in then. Not checked in now, but checked in then. You see? The lamb was slaughtered before the foundation, and we was checked in that, the Lamb Book of Life. We were put in that before we was put down here. That's where it tells you, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. predestined you. I molded you and shaped you. I foreknew you before you was even in your mother's womb, before your daddy even met your mama, before your mama was even born. I knew you. See, he always wanted us to have a relationship with him one-on-one. And we run around here thinking it's about joining these churches and all these YouTube pages to teach us and show us and reveal things to us. And it's already living in us. We just don't understand it. But yeah, y'all keep on reading and you'll say, well, where, how, and then you go on Google and you see where, you try to understand how are they saying that, the fallen angels are the sons of Yah. It's messed up. Yep, there it is. He put up Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 3.